Alright, chat. What we could do is go over like this week and last week, and once we go over this week and last week, what we're gonna do is I want to react to TJR new video. Hold on, let me put this screen over here. This screen is gonna be more important to look at. Alright, chat. What's up, everybody that's joining? We're about to be live for a little while, so yeah. So let's go over last week. Last week was pretty slow. But like, if you use the basic strategy of what I was talking about within last week, you mark down the highest part of the day, you mark down the lowest part of the day, and once you have those levels marked out, what you basically look for is just price to hit one of these levels. As you see, we opened up pretty high. Obviously, we fell, as you see right there. And hold on, is there a way I can see my YouTube chat at the same time? Let me think. I don't know how I can see my YouTube chat. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. But once you have these two levels marked out, what I typically like to do is wait until one of these levels are broken with high volume. Or if it's not broken with high volume, I want to see a break with some type of continuation. As you see, we broke around right here. This would have been a tough trade though, because as you see, this would have been an entry. You could have put your stop loss at this green upper band for the VWAP, and then you could have put your TP all the way up here. As you see, it did go up a little bit more higher. That's why I like this strategy. I would say this strategy have like a lower win rate compared to my other strategies, but this one have way more higher potential. Like, look at this. This is 668 all the way to 672. So that's one thing that I do like appreciate with this strategy. It gets you high turns. But let's keep on going throughout these days. So as you see, here go one right here. Thank you. Alright, as you see, we got one right here. So we marked down the lowest part of the day. Then we marked down the highest part of the day. As you see, it starts to hit the lowest part of the day. We reject right here, but it's pretty hard to get continuation because, like, as you see, you can count this as continuation, but as soon as this candle opened, what I do notice is that if you look at this red candle and where it opened up specifically, let's make this candle big. It opened up with weak continuation. You don't really want to enter on weak continuation because at the end of the day, if it's weak, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult to trade it. So as you see, you let it play out. Once you come and break it again, as you see, the next candle, no continuation at all. So what really matters is the continuation within the day. Let's go to the highest part of the day. As you see, we do the same thing. You could count this as a break, but if you wait, the continuation is horrible. Right here, we just stay choppy around this area. That's how you know they're using this as a resistance, as an area to sell. Like, I like to look at it like, if we don't break the lowest part of the day and we get no continuation, you can trade it all the way up to the highest part of the day. That's what I'd be doing sometimes. I'd be trading it to the highest part of the day sometimes. Wait, is it possible if I can rename the live? Let's see if I can rename the live. No, I can't. Record, highlight. No, I can't. What is this? We're gonna see what these are. Oh, I think they're like sound effects. Oh, that's cool, and I can add new. Oh, that's cool. Alright, but yeah, this would have been like, you wouldn't have to trade in this day. Once we get right here, it's pretty interesting because I'll say we broke this with high volume. Like, if we get rid of all the other volume, look how high this volume is on this candle. Could have traded this on the downside. Wednesday, I actually don't think I traded this day. That's simply because there was like no position. My what I'm basically trading right now is just my VWAP strategy. So let's turn this on. We can do that, then boom. As you see, we kind of get a break right here, 7 o'clock candle, but we fall right back down. We like the continuation is so weak. As you see, every time the strategy lose, it's really just bad continuation. I mean, we could say this one does win, but let's see how down it goes. Yeah, this would have been pretty tough. Like, that's the only thing with this strategy is a lower win rate, but whenever you get that trade, you get a huge win. So we can just count this as a loss. And when you lose, you're not losing half of the money that you made. So like we could just say like right here, you know, and have our stop loss up here. This would have been a pretty tough trade, to be honest. It does fall down, but I would just count this as a loss because realistically, there's something that I would have took in right here. And then Thursday, let's see how Thursday play out. Thursday, obviously we trade towards the downside. We get a trade right here. It starts to fall down. It just really depends on where you enter. This could have been a pretty solid position. Just really depends. Let's just say we have our TP down here. What is this? This is 669. Yeah, this is a whole dollar. So like that would have been a pretty solid trade. And then obviously on Fridays I don't trade. Alright, but Shad, do anybody got any questions? Nobody ask any questions. I already have an idea what we're gonna do this stream. No questions? Yeah, it seems like there's no questions. One thing I wanted to do was watch this TJR video with you guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a reaction to TJR getting exposed. So let me put on my headphones. This might be like really, really bad. We're gonna see, chat. Did anybody else watch this video yet? This got over 388,000 views. It's crazy how with this video, if you search up TJR, you get the boot camp, and then you scroll just a little bit, you get somebody posting about TJR. Here, let's watch it, chat.
Strategy that made me my first 100K month all the way back in 2021. See, it was the only pair that I was trading consistently for like damn near 2.5 years. That little baby TJR was using back when he first started trading and first started crushing it with trading. Go peep that video.
The truth is that during 2021 and before he started posting to become an influencer, TJR was actually online begging for trade alerts, asking for profit targets and when to enter or close trades, which wouldn't be a big deal if not for being 5 months after the dates on this screenshot and his supposed massive profits as an established, consistent, and successful trader. But this is the secret that's been hidden until today, which exposes TJR as a fake guru and failed trader.
So you just give me however much you're willing to, like, I guess, give me. And then I put it into my broker, and then I just set up an account for you. And then I'll tell you what app to download. It's called MetaTrader 4. And then I'll give you the account number and then the investor password. And I'm giving you the investor password because people do this kind of often, where they let other people trade for them. So the investor password pretty much just makes it so you can't place trades on the account, but you can see everything that's happening so you don't get scammed.
At the end of 2021 and going into 2022, TJR was convincing his college friends to lend him money to use for trading, obviously with the goal of sharing and splitting the earned profits. On this one, he even said you would honestly get 10K a month. But unfortunately for Tyler's friends, the self-proclaimed successful trader from 9 months before this couldn't deliver on his promises, and apparently he never paid them back after losing their money trading. Well, except for one of them. And you almost couldn't write a better story about how it all went down. Frank was one of the people who gave TJR money for trading, and this particular message was sent many months after that money had been lost. It's clear that TJR made it seem like Frank would get his money back, yet TJR would switch between ghosting him or apparently pretending like Frank's messages were disappearing. Sure. So after growing tired of this treatment, Frank decided to take it up a notch by directly contacting TJR's family in a group chat and explaining how their successful day trader's son lost all of Frank's money. It was obviously the right move because on July 19th, 2022, Frank finally got his money back. And just 3 weeks after that refund, on August 11th, TJR made his first posts on TikTok posing as a successful day trader and crypto expert. And to top it off, he even used that MetaTrader screenshot of $100,000 in profit from March of 2021 as a starting point to get attention.
You know you're not profitable, bruh. Stop posting that bullshit. Do you not feel guilty? You're a fucking liar, bro.
But now that the secret is out about his real trading and the money he lost his friends, which remember was happening after the supposed trades on this screenshot, it's easy to see why he turned to social media. Because luckily for this failure of a trader, it only took 1 month to finally figure out how to make money. Not by trading, but by selling a private Discord server with trade alerts.
The reason why I made a Discord, come on. If people like what I'm talking about or want to know the trades that I'm taking to be a profitable day trader and they are willing to pay for that, why would I not do that, you know? People make signal groups, mentorships, and whatever to make money, duh.
It's important to truly understand the gravity of the timeline and the fact that TJR has built his entire empire and following on a foundation of lies and failed trading accounts, which becomes public information today. Understand that he started his social media journey just 3 weeks after his family forced him to refund a friend whose money he lost trading, and he started selling trade alert signals on a private Discord server just 1 month later. And look at this video from July of 2025.
Everything starts going my way, and this is kind of when you guys find out about me, essentially, where I've been trading consistently for around like a year and a half. I'm making good money from it.
He claims that when he started posting online, he had been successful for around a year and a half. Successful traders don't have to ask friends for money to trade, and they certainly don't lose all of it. Of course, there was no way for people to know all of this back when TJR sold his first Discord server. But the unfortunate reality is that most influencers aren't successful traders. But even if they were, the information they sell is already online for free. Skip ahead 2 years, and a paying student from TJR's $4,000 mentorship made a video proving this, which resulted in TJR getting a lawyer to send them a cease and desist letter demanding it be deleted. And if you, the letter recipient and creator of this video, are watching, just know these demands are complete BS and a bully tactic. And if you, TJR, are considering something like this for me, my lawyer already has a response prepared. So let's take a look at the highlights of what TJR wanted hidden from the public. First of all, I understand the desire to follow and believe in someone, especially since a lot of TJR viewers are younger, which I'll get to later. He's funny, entertaining, and puts on a very authentic persona. So I'm sorry, genuinely. But now you know what was really going on behind the scenes, and it's going to get far worse from here. According to this student, the Mastermind class was advertised as a 30-day training with personalized mentoring from TJR and a limited enrollment of 30 spaces. However, the student says there were actually more than 500 people in the class, that there was no one-on-one mentoring, and that TJR sent a total of 2 messages on the server. They also say the only time people could really interact with him was briefly at the end of his presentations to the entire group, which the student says were just reworded from the free bootcamp series. Constantly seeing stuff like that over the years is why I built IMANTrading.org, to prove it can all be learned for free. And I've never sold a single course, mentorship, or private community. This is the proudest and most...
Yo, guys, did you guys just peep this? Hold on, chat. He just said, he is basically saying how TJR is a scam in this entire video, and then he popped in an entire ad. And he said, oh, I don't sell anything. Bro, right here. Hold on, let me show you, chat. Best prop firms? Gosh, league, guys. Holy. Every time you guys buying a prop firm from this guy, he's probably getting money from it. That's crazy.
Important work of my life to help
People
aspiring
who,
traders,
sell
and this
courses
page has
or promote
detailed
anything.
instructions on every phase of the learning journey. You'll never buy
That's
something
crazy,
after
man.
going through it because you'll understand the 2 possible paths to profitability, what that means for how to succeed, and exactly what you must do next. That will show you how to extract value from all online trading content while easily spotting what is and isn't helpful. Can I get your thoughts on that, TJR?
I'm trying to tell.
Nah, I just think it's funny how he's exposing a trader, and then he have a free PDF that you could probably get online, and then it says everything is free, but once you want to start to trade, you're gonna have to buy his prop firm. That's crazy.
Tell you guys that the free stuff is all you need.
Anyways, did you know that 500 people times 4,000 is $2 million? I assume the mastermind followed the same price as this
Damn.
blueprint, but who knows with all these repackaged, rebranded courses? Could be even more than that, since this guy says TJR charged him $7,500. TJR is obsessed with money, and being rich is his brand. So, if he's actually a successful trader, how come all this wealth flaunting only started after selling courses? Yeah, this video could have been 10 seconds long if you just stop and go, oh, yeah, good point. That exposes anyone who behaves like this, especially ICT, who lived in a rundown townhome 15 years into being a trader until he sold mentorships. See here how purchasing the mastermind got you a free funded account at TJR's prop firm?
Swaggy C just left his own prop firm for the reason that I've been telling you guys this entire time. He didn't have any of the decision making. And that is why I created my own prop firm without these people. The fact that I can sit here and say that a company that I built has been able to pay out profitable traders.
He made it very clear early on that he was in control of this company. However, it wasn't long until, oh, what's this? Foreshadowing? Well, you're watching one of one's Discord server get deleted in real time because they ended up rug pulling the entire user base and causing thousands of traders to lose money.
Chat,
That includes
they're
people who
literally
didn't get
look at
refunded,
this.
as
They're
well as
literally
those who earned
getting rid
payouts
of
that
it
were
right
never
here.
given.
Look,
And
right
while
here.
TJR had publicly left the company before this happened, those who traded there at the time
Wait, hold on. Is anybody? What the fuck are there closing accounts, yo, bro?
would tell
It's
you that the
getting
problems
deleted?
began long before his departure.
That's
And remember,
crazy.
people were using this firm because of him and his influence. Not sure if it's the case here, but this is particularly devastating for people outside of the US, where something like $7,000 is an incredibly significant amount of money. So what is
Damn.
TJR doing, literally as I write this? Doing a photo shoot with the cash he earned off the backs of those who believed in him, which makes him the coolest guy according to 12-year-olds and brain-dead that's wow. And then he went to the casino. This person, along with many others, paid for the mastermind partially because it included a 100K account at One of One funding. Unrelated, but according to him, TJR's assistant on the Discord abused his power and intentionally leaked a paying member's address, which you can see blurred in this screenshot. Absolutely unhinged Discord moderator behavior. This person and others tried to get a refund directly from TJR due to One of One shutting down, but they were unsurprisingly denied. So they went to WAP, the platform that hosts course sellers like TJR, and one person supposedly had a refund approved. However, others who tried it later were denied. And as punishment for attempting to get a refund, this person no longer has access to TJR's course or the Discord. Find a way to explain how this isn't just getting scammed, because not only
crazy.
did he not get his money back, but now he can't see or interact with any of the things he paid for. That's crazy. This isn't from me, but it goes over even more about how everything went down with the firm, and it alleges some pretty damning stuff. For example, some smart members caught them manipulating payouts by sending crypto to fake accounts. TJR actually has One of One in his bio on X, which I find odd, and while we're here, his location says out the trenches. Call me a hater, but I'm not sure that applies when your family owns a private school in California, they paid for everything for you growing up, and one of your toughest battles was about getting a job because you were losing all of your money trading. TJR posted this in 2023, talking about scams and imagining what the bigger crypto influencers get paid to promote them. Well, when working on this video, I gathered every tweet I could find from him that mentioned a coin. Obviously, for stuff like
Holy.
Now, I'm not saying he made money
Alright, look, I'm not gonna lie. If you're buying meme coins that a influencer promotes, I'm not gonna lie, you deserve to get scammed. Like, there's no way you think you're actually gonna make money, when the point of making money is for somebody else to lose money. Come on, chat. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know what these people thought was gonna happen. They thought out of all of the people losing money, there was gonna be the lucky one, and they're not even the one promoting it. They're just buying it like literally everybody else. I don't know. That's how I feel about meme coins. I've never been really big on meme coins, but like, you kind of deserve to get scammed. There's no way.
From all of those, or this, or that he was personally involved in the orchestration of their giant collapse.
The real question is, how the hell did you do so many meme coins and people fell for it? That's what don't make sense to me. Like, if you're promoting every meme coin and everyone is going down, and then you buy the next one thinking it's bro, you're just gambling at this point. If you're buying the next one thinking it's gonna go up, you're just gambling at this point. There's no way.
Collapses in value where all but a few lucky people and scammers lost everything, or that they all certainly resemble what a pump and dump would look like. I'm not saying that, but during the first month of making this video, I saw him post this, so I bookmarked it for later because I didn't want to read it all in one sitting. And then boom, the whole thing turned out to be a scam and everybody got rug pulled. Well, except the rug pullers who are now millionaires. And don't forget about the influencers who got paid to promote it, which, oh hey, it's TJR. This person tracked the wallet and claims TJR received $45,000 for the promotion. Now I understand that promoting a scam to his viewers might upset some of you, but you have to remember that these watches don't pay for themselves. And we'll get to that online casino in just a minute. According to Trader Dune, who wrote many words and added several pictures, he tracked TJR's wallet and alleged that he bought a coin the day before publicly promoting it, then sold it shortly after the promotion for profit. As usual, the coin then fell 99%. And of course there are more examples like this one, but it's just the same story over and over again. The influencers enter positions, promote it, you put your money in, and then they sell their positions and take what you deposited. The only difference in almost every crypto project is how much effort the creators put into pretending like it's not a scam.
4 holders, dev sold. What's happening? Why isn't the chart moving?
Hello.
3 holders. Oh! Wait, let it cook. That might be from us though. Only 3 holders. It's literally just us. Oh! Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line!
Oh my gosh.
Line!
I'm out. Next candle.
Get out, get out, get out, get out!
Chat, oh my gosh. It literally, hold on chat. It literally says rug pull speed run. What the hell? And people are actually falling for this. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
What the f***? Get rugged! Come on, Diddy's baby oil! I'm in that bitch! Diddy's baby oil! Diddy's baby oil! Diddy! 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 We're holding Diddy! Oh my god! Sell Diddy party! Yeah! Buy the Diddy party!
Gosh, Lee.
TJR said Rippington about this coin on March 31st at almost the very top, and 2 weeks later, this person says they lost $50K because of him. No point in continuing to show more examples, although this one gave
Yo, somebody lost $50,000 off of a meme coin? $50,000. Tell me. That is crazy, chat. Some people would just buy anything at this point.
me some insight into just how far gone some people are in the crypto space, saying that shilling meme coins is what they want. The point is that crypto scammers are bottom tier human beings. To them, you're not even a person with bills to pay or people to support. You're a juicy little cow to extract milk from, and you need to wake up because influencers like TJR are not your friends. And if he's willing to pump and dump his own audience, which made this tweet of his age poorly, of course he has no problem with getting paid enormous amounts of money to livestream gambling through online crypto casinos.
Bang! Bang! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Watching TJR for entertainment is totally understandable, but it's particularly shameless considering how young on average TJR's audience is. And he knows it. I've never once considered making a video on helping kids bypass age laws on trading and opening brokerage accounts, but he knows his audience and what they want.
You gotta say, Mom, Dad, I just need your ID.
POV, you showed millions of teenagers how they can change their lives. Earlier we saw this person claiming TJR got $45K to promote what turned out to be a scam, which I'm bringing up again because Shuffle is the casino he's sponsored by.
Guys, can
so your
you
money
hear
went
the
to a good cause.
video good?
There's only one remaining piece about his entire success story that hasn't been exposed so far, and that's about the profit he said he made from crypto.
Also, when that money started to go up in crypto, I was able to finally start to get the hang of the day trading thing and able to start making like pretty sustainable money for myself. I was able to start rotating money that I was making from trading into crypto, and that just kept going higher and higher. As you guys know, the COVID bull run was just absolutely ridiculous. Some people may call me lucky, but I was putting in the volume and putting in the repetitions in order to put myself in a lucky situation. Again, I started the crypto shit when I was in high school. I started the trading shit when I was in high school. Oh, he hit it big on this coin. You didn't see the 500 fucking other coins that went to zero where I literally was sitting there fucking crying because that was the money that I had to pay for food for that day. They got lucky because it was just this one thing, but they don't look at all the losses that it took to be able to get lucky on that one opportunity.
First of all, you just heard him make several claims about making money through trading, but we know at that time that was a lie because of his old college friends. However, let's assume that he really did make a lot of money with crypto. What do you call putting your money into 100 coins that go to zero, going into debt, constantly losing your money, losing your friend's money trading, and then claiming to have made it all back and more in one big move? Yes, that's called gambling, but you can't sell luck. Only strategies sell Trade Alert Discords or a new course and mentorship every year. If Tyler was born just a couple years earlier or ahead, then his entire so-called success with crypto wouldn't exist because it wouldn't have been timed up with the bull run. The only reason he made money is because everything went up. That's not skill, that's not patience, that's not picking the right coins, that's luck. There was no strategy.
Some people may call me lucky, but I was lucky.
Don't forget he was losing his friend's money trading after this. And don't forget he was online before he grew as an influencer, asking for trade alerts and how to trade. You think successful traders are following people and asking where to enter or where to put the profit target? TJR's crypto earnings here come down to timing and luck, and we're just assuming he isn't lying since there's no proof about whether that even happened. It's the exact same thing that the trading channel did when he tried to claim his returns on Robinhood were from trading and based on the lessons he teaches in his paid course. I exposed him because guess what? These returns are literally just what the overall market did, not anything based off of a trading strategy. And he showed a period in time where the market only went up while acting like it was a strategy that got him the results. Timing is all it was, and there was no strategy involved. Anyways, did TJR at least eventually become profitable at trading? Well, that's a big question. And thankfully I got a ton of information after tweeting this, so let's go through the timeline. This one is from early in 2024 and refers to some point in 2023, just over a year after TJR's family forced him to refund the money he lost his friend trading. These Reddit users claim they were in TJR's paid Discord, and profitable appears to be the opposite of what they saw. This person from the same time referring to 2023's trading year said that for his live trading you could see the entries, stops, and take profits, but that he didn't specify the exact dollar amounts on the position. Doesn't take a genius to understand how easy it'd be to hypothetically manipulate your results by just claiming losses were on smaller positions and that wins were on bigger positions. This goes back to July of 2023, and the person claims that TJR had one break-even month, that the rest were negative, and that the live streams stopped shortly after. And unfortunately, this person also lost money due to TJR's prop firm shutting down. TJR actually posted this a couple months later, which is a screenshot from what he calls a regulated brokerage, although this is what happens when you click the link, since it fails to load anything. I made this video on my second channel in 2023 talking about how sketchy offshore, unregulated brokers are and that I would never partner with one, which just so happened to show TJR taking the deal I turned down. Well, that brokerage was like, hey, I'll give you a ton of money if you promote us. And I was like, no, I hate money. I've recommended NinjaTrader since...
Holy chat. Look at this. And a sponsorship where it's worth $40,000 in a month for promoting? Gosh, Lee, it's like you don't even make money with trading. They're making money off of these sponsorships. That is crazy. $40,000 a month for promoting their platform. But you know what that makes you wonder? If they're willing to give somebody $40,000, how much money do you think they're going to be making off of the people fans? And this is just a month. So imagine they probably making like $200,000-$300,000 a month. Damn, these prop firms are making a lot of money with people trying to make money. That's insane. Gosh, Lee, holy, $40,000 is insane.
2021 because they're the best and an actual real, regulated, US-based company for futures. Learn more about them and their free sim trading on my site. Integrity isn't an issue for TJR, and the point here is that this offshore broker, who I won't be naming, but you could find out, was allegedly caught speaking to an influencer and telling them that they can make a demo account appear as if it's real. This does not mean that TJR might have taken advantage of this to share trading performance that was manipulated with a sim account and not real.
Yo,
it just means this is who he partnered with. Fast forward to September of 2025 and it's a new unregulated offshore CFD broker, and I have no idea if this is a different one, but there's also this at the moment. Whenever you hear about some big scam in trading and people losing their deposits in a brokerage, it's because offshore brokers aren't insured or regulated. That doesn't happen with something like NinjaTrader. But the reason influencers partner with offshore brokers is because of the fat paychecks they get, the one that I turned down. Plus, as you saw here, offshore
There's no
brokers
way he turned this down. Like, hold on, chat. We're about to see if there's a link in his bio. I never saw the course. I made it free. Look, this is his course, basically. Best prop firms. These are most definitely paying him. There's no way, chat. Damn, look how many he prop. Damn. Chat. He's probably getting paid like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. A lot of money per month just to promote these right here. Cheapest and easiest prop firm. This is probably the one that's paying him the most. There's no way. Then on top of that, he got his own code. I wonder, they need to sponsor you to get your own code? That's crazy. So these people are just getting paid off for prop firms. Sponsorships, not trading at all. Always use code IMAN for the highest possible discount. That's crazy. There's no way. He probably turned down some of these videos, well, some of these prop firms if it made him look bad. But like the ones that he couldn't find dirt on. Here go his look at it, and Lucid is the #1 easiest and cheapest. Yeah, they most definitely like trying to get you out of your money with that one.
And sort of do whatever they'd like, which includes helping out those who partner with them. Just for fun, I decided to Google the address that this brokerage has on their website to see where they were located. And apparently all of these offshore brokers use the exact same address, which is why they all came up in the search results. Maybe it's just funny to me, since I don't associate the seriousness of a brokerage and trading company with a tiny building that countless offshore brokerages register their address to. And even though I understand it's just an address, I like the idea that Wings and Tings is comparable in size to more than 15 Forex trading companies combined. And between these two locations, I only trust Wings and Tings with my money. Shout out to my St. Lucia viewers. Alright, last thing about 2025 and TJR live streaming is from Tommy's video, which you should watch after this for more info. It shows tons of examples of how his live trading is actually just using the projection tool on TradingView. Those are not real trades, that is essentially a drawing on a chart. But hold on, because there's far more to get into regarding that. So, what about his live streams and trading right now? Well, January 26th, 2026 is when I looked into that, which is the day of this stream. He's currently short 5 contracts of NQ with a stop loss here and a profit target down there. This trade just happens to lose for around $2,550. No big deal, every strategy has losses, not the point here. However, this is the amount he says he loses.
Lost $27,920 from that.
The amount is different because apparently he takes these trades on other accounts that we don't see on the stream. This is from a completely different day, but it demonstrates that TJR shows the real amount he won or lost, not the number that TradingView says. The only catch is that this is a journaling app. It's not a broker statement or dashboard from a prop firm. Now, there's no proof that I know of that TJR just makes up whatever number he wants to put in the journaling app he uses as a substitute for an actual regulated brokerage. But this method of self-reporting your real P&L is certainly an easy way to fake performance. And I understand that I'm teaching someone how to easily fake live streaming results, which people think is bulletproof, but just use a journaling app where you can input your own data and make sure to occasionally inflate the size of some winning trades. It's so easy. I'm not saying TJR does this, but it's important to teach people just how easy trading is to fake. Even if TJR was the greatest trader of all time, you still wouldn't need to pay for anything. And as I said, I did not cherry pick this live stream. It's the very first one I watched. So, see what happens and decide if you think that this is how real and long-term successful traders act when they lose a trade.
I'm going to fucking lose my shit, bro. I'm actually going to, like, fuck someone up, bro. There's no way I just sat on this bullshit ass price action for the past hour 45 minutes just to get stopped out by some retarded shit like that, bro. How the fuck?
All I'm going to say is that emotional and unprofitable traders react to losses far differently than the pros who understand that one day is meaningless in the grand scheme of long-term profitability. All strategies have trades and days that lose. And obviously, someone needs to tell TJR to watch his own psychology videos, especially this one that will apparently turn you profitable by controlling your emotions. And again, I understand that a lot of people just watch for entertainment. This is the only time in my history of exposing people where gathering clips and doing research wasn't pure agony. And he can pretty much do and say whatever he wants because his target audience for selling courses to or dumping crypto on is among the, vulnerable and easily manipulated or influenced, which many will grow out of at some point because gullible doesn't always mean dumb. A lot of times it just means lacking in experience. TJR could come out and say he's unprofitable, and he would make more money because of the increased attention he'd get, which is a perfect time to bring up the Koenigsegg Regera.
Everyone wants me to buy the Koenigsegg.
That was TJR dropping the hard R with some Koenigsegg wordplay and voluntarily uploading it, by the way, which I'll get to in a minute. He knows how to get attention and is a highly skilled engagement baiter. You could even say he's a master at it. But first, look at anything he does, like his Instagram reels. Nobody else is putting TJR gets rage baited by the biggest candle at market open.
Oh my god!
And getting this many views at this frequency of uploading. At least not in the trading space. TJR put his Koenigsegg on the line for a 1v1. 1 million views. Just like that. I like this picture. I find it funny. You're welcome. And the discussion about whether this car is rented or not has generated millions of views for TJR. And any attention is good attention for him because he's not exactly trying to target Harvard graduates. He gets attention by saying he bought it, and he gets even more by saying that it got repoed or that it was rented. When your target audience thinks you're legit because you drive an expensive car, you can do whatever you'd like. He's playing chess while the people arguing on both sides are playing checkers. Oh no! Almost 10 million views on just 2 YouTube shorts that exposed TJR for renting it. I'm glad that the vulnerable YouTube shorts target audience will see a well-made video that exposes the truth and makes it clear why you shouldn't buy his courses. Yeah, just kidding. Those are just shorts channels that make clips out of TJR content and redirect you to his website to buy the trading course. There are over 300 million views between these 2 channels alone, only on YouTube Shorts. Think about that. This is just one platform. He has armies of clippers across every platform, all redirecting to whatever his newest course is. And I don't know how he actually pays them or what the agreement is, but this is a picture of the so-called TJR clipping blueprint. He really likes that word. Here's 4 more clip channels that have over 200 million views. And here's a couple more. He wins no matter what because any attention is good when his target audience only cares about expensive cars. But at least my video will prevent many aspiring traders from falling down the fake guru rabbit hole. I know I can't help everyone, but I also know I've prevented millions of dollars from going to fake gurus. Haha. Anyways, I'm not going to waste my time talking about how this car sure looks like the one at Cario, who is a dealership that leases cars to influencers, or that you can check Carfax on this, or that you can look into the license plate, or that you can use the chassis number 7226 to confirm which car this is, or that you can use all of that to confirm the Carfax chassis number, Cario, and TJR connection, because guess what? It doesn't matter. TJR is unbelievably rich and could easily afford this car. I wouldn't be surprised if he took this route just to get more attention. None of it matters, because you need to think about whether he has this because he's good at trading, or because of his courses and other income streams, since he had none of this stuff after his self-proclaimed years of successful trading. He's even now selling indicators that are all just tiny variations of free stuff you can find on TradingView. So embarrassing. And yes, I put an email into his Blueprint sign-up just to see what kind of goodies he'd send me, which turns out to be something every single day. Every day there's a new email about trying to get you to buy his course and now indicators. Maybe I'll go through the most pathetic ones on my third channel at some point. He might even use the same emailing company as Casper SMC, the fraud. Also, signing my name up as Fart will never not be funny. But like, what could this email possibly be about? I know I could click on it, I'm not going to. Anyways, it's time to talk about the N-word.
Everyone wants me to buy the Koeniger Z.
Yo, what am I watching?
No.
Will you say the N-word right now?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me? Yeah! Say nigga! I ain't even gonna get mad. I'm young, black, I'm black! I frequently say the N-word. Yes, nigga.
You got grilled cheese and
What's-
like hot dogs and chicken tenders.
Yo, is that like the method? Anybody that's trying to come up that's white, just say the N-word. I kid you not, you're gonna get a lot of attention. I've been seeing so many influencers just get attention from saying a word. Yo, like we need to make a word for the black community where if you say it, so much of society will hate you to the point where you get famous off of it. Like, it's so crazy. It's so easy for them. They just like, oh, I'ma just say the N-word and then boom, everybody's gonna fuck with me. But, bro, it's literally just rage baiting at this point, chat.
You know who else probably likes some chicken tenders?
Nope.
While I may have accidentally laughed while putting those clips together, mostly because of the pure absurdity and audacity of TJR, there's no better way to summarize this than than by playing a TikTok I found. I'm going to do a voiceover to avoid music copyright, so just pretend it's not me who you're about to hear. It's not me, it's this guy.
So, for everyone who's mad about TJR saying the word, stop bitching. Like, why do you care what another grown-ass man says? Oh, he's racist. He has millions of dollars.
Alright, and with that being the worst possible take ever, I'll leave it up to you guys to have one of those famously civil, considerate, and reasonable YouTube comment discussions that always ends in a thoughtful resolution of opposing values based on a mutual understanding of the experiences unique to each person and how we're outwardly different, yet still very much the same on a fundamental level. Perhaps you'll even solve world peace while you're at it.
Let's get started in high. Let's get it started in hell. Oh, let's get it started in high.
Yo, what is this content?
We see the 15-minute S&T divergence. Where did I go wrong? No liquidity sweep. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I'm like Kai Cenat.
We had a break of structure, but the S&T hadn't formed yet.
I read my set jet on 4PF on GDK. Come up on my block. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And kiss you. 10 minutes. Just minutos.
I get that TJR is entertaining and obviously appealing to his
Yo, this was one of the craziest scenes that I saw. Like, it's the fact that somebody had to edit this. That's the crazy thing. They edit. And you know what? It's not even editing about this point. They had to look for the clips. Look for the clips. Then edit it. That is actually insane, chat. It makes you wonder, holy.
Younger audience, which remember
Why is it
is
the
who
same
he's
clips
targeting,
there
and is
over
why
and
the
over?
short-form clip armies
Hey,
have been so
the editor
successful.
was probably
Me,
so
a
happy editing
26-year-old
this.
Idiot obviously also laughed while putting those clips together, but that's besides the
so
point.
he edited
Watch him for
himself.
entertainment. Don't buy anything. He should have just been an IRL streamer instead of pretending like he was making money from
July 17th, 2025. He was scrolling through every single post to get these clips. That is insane, chat. Oh my gosh.
trading because he has unethically taken and is still taking millions of dollars from his fans. There are real financial consequences to trading. It's serious, and anyone who succeeds devotes an enormous amount of effort and time to it. People have ruined their lives trying to chase the numbers that fake gurus portray as easily attainable. So just remember that if everyone on social media is so good at trading, how come the wealth flaunting only starts after selling private communities, courses, and mentorships? You know the answer, and I know you do, because the people who still haven't figured that out left this video a long time ago to go watch some really cool edits of TJR on TikTok. And don't forget that he built his entire empire on lies and has financially harmed countless amounts of people either through useless courses, his prop firm, or the various crypto projects that turned out to be rug pulls.
You aren't good at what you're posting about. You're not good at it. You're unprofitable. Until you can prove to yourself, bro, how guilty do you feel when you post that bullshit? How guilty do you feel when $1,000 day, some light, hit me up if you want to try and learn? Deep down, you fucking know. You know you're not profitable, bruh. Stop posting that bullshit. Do you not feel guilty? You're a fucking liar, bro. You're a fucking liar.
TJR used to play the whole rags to riches story, and there's some type of clever line here about his name being Tyler Riches, but I don't care and want to finish this video. It's been 3 months, oh my god. He's acknowledged that he grew up rich for a while now, except he's still not being totally truthful about it.
I don't give a fuck. So my great-grandparents started a private school in California. That's a non-profit, so literally, like, you don't get any equity, you can't take any dividends.
But you
like,
understand how much money you need to do that?
No, it started out as a homeschool.
Hey Tommy, can we get a fact check on that?
Now Tyler's dad, Scott, per public records, he was paid $519,000 US. The tax return says that Sarah, mother of Tyler, and Kyle, uncle of Tyler, were all paid well over $100,000 as compensation for fuck knows what.
Alright, yeah, it sounds more like it. Thanks, Tommy. I wouldn't have found that info because I got too distracted by his high school basketball highlights. Great steal, Tyler. Now pass it to your teammate. Oh my god. Bad, Tyler. Alright, that was a cheap shot, so here's a three-pointer. Hooray! I just deleted like a 5-minute rant about how many comments I get of, "What about TJR?" on a video whose only purpose is to help you spot a fake guru, and TJR met all the criteria. But I need to justify the time I spent taking these screenshots, so here we are. I mean, just think about me screenshotting each one of these, one by one. Please? Thank you. Carry on. This is the profile bio from a YouTube commenter who was either defending TJR or asking about him, I don't remember, but I'd like to say that we were all kids once. I understand wanting to follow people as well as defending them. I used to do that too. This is not a single incident or me just cherry picking. Go on TJR videos and you'll see people worshipping him in the comments or talking about how young they are, like this 14-year-old girl who got laughed at by her mom for wanting to be a day trader. And I'm not making fun of someone for being young or diminishing how they feel, but this topic needs to be talked about because nobody else in trading has the influence that TJR does, or the appeal to children. Now obviously not everyone who falls for TJR and the fake gurus is either a child or dumb. The majority of people just have no reason to suspect anything nefarious. Here's a guy saying you won't get a video from me on TJR because TJR is great. He also said think for yourself. Huh. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me and made this video possible. Learn for free on imantrading.org and don't buy courses or mentorships. I'm just gonna start yelling now, I think. Part of what beginners don't understand most about trading is how meaningless short-term performance is. It's a big part of why they defend fake gurus. They haven't even traded long enough to know if their results are non-random. This person responds to a comment by saying he collected part of his knowledge from TJR and that he won 6 out of 8 trades this week. Okay? If you never paid attention in high school science class, or if it was never taught to you, which is understandable, then representative sample sizes need to be understood or you won't succeed. It's such a basic and core part of trading. You can read this if you want, or just ask an AI chatbot about it to get the same answer. Also, now that I know some of the ages of people in the trading community due to making this video on TJR, I've probably been getting upset at comments left by people who aren't even old enough to have taken the science class that would have taught them why their comment was dumb. That is astonishing. Anyways, remember sample sizes, because anyone can have a good month even if they're not good at trading. That includes TJR. This is Tommy's video on TJR. Go watch it, it's great. This video by Alex Newman acts like it exposes TJR, so I watched it for research. However, the guy doesn't expose anything, ignores all of the bad stuff, and he just glazes TJR and how smart he is for 42 minutes. It's actually one of the worst videos I've ever watched, and maybe I'll debunk all of it on my third channel at some point. It even got a comment from TJR who loved it, but that sentiment was mysteriously missing from Tommy's video on TJR, and I probably won't get it either. And thankfully it seems like almost nobody in the comments is falling for it. It's such a bad video and glazing advertisement that it annoys me just to talk about it. And that's because Alex couldn't care less about the people being scammed. This person says, without verified broker statements, it's just marketing. And the guy responds with, true, but at the end of the day that's the goal. Viewers aren't the FTC. Lol. Are you kidding me? Oh look, it's Tommy, who says this is a shitty take and that he built his brand by lying to his viewers about his trading abilities. And my video adds even more to that, since we now know he was losing his friend's money long after he claimed to start being profitable. And you can read the rest of Alex's comment if you want to see just how out of touch he is. The guy genuinely believes that TJR saved up money as a gym teacher and DoorDash driver to put $300,000 into Bitcoin and then make millions off of that. Like, how are you even real? Maybe his grandparents own a private school as well. Alright, I'll save this for another time, sorry. Just kidding, one more thing. Alex uploaded this video September 30th, 2025, and it just so happens to show a screenshot of TJR promoting a crypto coin going by XPL, which was posted on September 28th, 2 days before the upload. You want to know what happened to XPL? Yeah. Breaking news, the thing that always happens, happened again. Anyone who put their money in this because of TJR lost almost everything. What a joke. Bad one. Okay, I'm actually done with that, or I'll never stop. While I could make a joke about how you shouldn't be afraid of the failure rates in trading because this is who you're going against, the reality is that these people just aren't aware of how much money fake gurus make. I already showed that just one of TJR's countless paid courses and revenue streams made millions, and also that he can make whatever P&L up he wants, since it's not made clear beforehand on stream, as well as the fact that he seems to only use offshore brokers. Also, when TJR was far smaller than he is now, all the way back in 2023, he was ranked number 8 on WAP's leaderboard, which is the huge company that hosts enormous amounts of fake gurus, and I despise them. They benefit from all the fake gurus because that's how they make their money, by taking a cut of each payment for whatever new useless course someone wants to sell. Sure, they host legit people as well, but that changes nothing. Look at them glazing their precious cash cow with yet another YouTube video that acts like journalism, or at least something neutral, but is actually just an advertisement and funnel to a trading course. Oh wow, how interesting. Cario Motor Cars makes an appearance. Almost like they're all connected at the top and work together because you're the product. The exotic car lease companies, the course selling platforms, the course sellers, the offshore brokers that don't have to follow all the rules.
This is crazy, chat.
Obviously it must have done well for selling more trading courses, which remember WAP earns a percentage of because TJR sells on their platform, since apparently we needed 2 videos on TJR. Damn dude, that's a really tough look. At least that's what I imagine the 14-year-old audience thinks when they're not busy watching edits like this one called TJR Interacting with a Girl. So will this video stop TJR from growing? Of course not, but it'll help an enormous amount of aspiring traders wake up, and that's all I can do. And I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes one of the biggest influencers in the world even outside of trading. He might even venture into the generic business course selling, how to be a cool guy industry. Because if he's greedy enough to be a mega millionaire while continuing to do crypto scams, then he'll never be satisfied with enough money. Never. Also, the sheep farm and wool harvesting represents the viewers who keep buying things from TJR. Is anyone still watching? Also, calendars and journaling apps are not broker statements. Trust nothing, extract value where you can by understanding what it takes to succeed. It's really easy to do once you go through my site. And with all that being said, let's hear some closing thoughts from TJR himself.
You are the reason why people like Mamba FX, Lambo Rebel, FX Alex G, Nor Trades, oh yeah, I said it, are still in business. You guys are funding them, buying their courses, and practically handing them the cars they buy. I've already been offered a sponsorship and referral codes from 10 brokerages, 3 of which are pretty much household names, and I have not taken any of them. If I wanted to be a sellout, I could. I could be just like all of them, but that's not what I'm about.
Yo, chat, that's crazy. He made a 41-minute video about exposing TJR. How much money you think TJR is gonna make off of this video? Like, if everybody's talking about it and everybody is trying to like find a real trader, all it's gonna do is probably make him way more money because everybody's gonna go to him. They're gonna be like, oh, you're a scammer. They're gonna go give him views, which the sponsorships that is paying him is gonna most likely pay him more money because he got like a huge trend around his name. But bro, like, it's crazy how it's like so many people, like, yeah, I would say like scamming people is bad, but like this guy made a 41-minute video about exposing a creator, but now that I'm thinking about it, every person got exposed like 2025, 2026. You got Mr. Beast, you got Espin, Trump, you got literally everybody. So I just think that's just like the growing ritual. Like, in order to become a big trader, you got to get exposed so fucking hard. And then it's like every creator get exposed. It's so crazy. It makes you wonder what you're like watching on the internet, or as if that's part of the process. There's no way, chat. Absolutely no way, chat. What time is it? 5:18. It's 5:18 right now. We're gonna be waiting. Wait, who's in a live liking up the stream? Shout out to probably G's Breeze, if I had to guess. But yeah, chat, don't be a bot, honestly. If you put your energy towards that, like, he gave out 3 different ads. How much money you think he's making off of this video? All of these, he probably remade his entire website different from after this. All reviews, trading firm, trading guide. Like, I'll teach you how to trade, right? But you gotta buy our prop firm. That's insane. Damn, it's a lot of them too. It's probably the same thing as TJR, stuff that you can find online. Like, yeah, you get in a discount, but you probably, hold on, let's see. My funded futures. There's no way. $97 a month, $114 a month. Gosh, Lee. They even got a community chat. That's insane. He probably got paid by prop firms to make this video. And look, here go a pop-up trying to get you to spend your money. 90-10 profit split. That's crazy. Pass in 2 days. Is this the one that he's oh no, it's Lucid. This is the one that's paying him the most. Yeah, Lucid, $60 million paid to traders. I wonder, is this one? No, this one is a little bit more cheaper. So, reset fee, $90. Chat, that is crazy. Oh my gosh. Makes you wonder. They all got their own Discords too. Yeah, chat, that's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, but let's go over the chart. This seems like we may just get a sell-off today. Well, yesterday I thought we was gonna get a sell-off in the morning, but we didn't. But I feel like today is gonna give us more of a sell-off within this morning. We're halfway done with this month too. But yeah, chat, Don't be falling for this type of stuff. I think getting exposed is part of the ritual. He had to spend so much time making that video too. Damn, he promote his link in the bio 2 times. Literally 2 times. Right here and right here. Same link. He's farming those signups, huh? That's insane. Alright, chat. What are we gonna be doing today? Let's hit the Discord. Anybody up? No, nobody's up. I heard that Bitcoin was moving. Let's see if Bitcoin is moving. Oops. $73,000. Where was it at yesterday? Well, let's go in a 1 hour. Oh yeah, this is making new highs. I wonder where this is gonna go next. Damn, I got 0 people in here. I got 2 people in my YouTube. Shout out to everybody in my YouTube. We're in here. But damn, chat. That's actually insane. Actually insane. Since there's nothing to go over today, I'm most likely gonna get off of here. Once I get off of here, I'm probably gonna come back, make some, and then trade. We're gonna see how this day play out. But yeah, chat. I mean, this was like pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is, hold on. Let's see if there's anything on the 15-minute actually. Yeah, nothing on a 15-minute. Nothing. Wait, nothing on a 1 hour too. So it doesn't look like anything. No levels. All right, chat. It's gonna be a pretty short live stream. I'm probably gonna go live later today. Go over the strategy. Go over the entire month. I want to go over SPY, IWM, and QQQ. Just calculate everything. But yeah, chat. I see you guys later, and peace out. Oh, and also if you are in a YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. We're gonna be going live a lot on YouTube, honestly. But yeah, don't be a bot and don't fall for dumb stuff like